Demola, finally we connect. So we're talking specifically about why we're here to our audience.
Right.
So why are you here, Demola?
I'm just here to, witness what backup industry, is doing for the industry, and also to understand, and to tell our story as far as my journey so far in the music business. And also to speak to potential investors, understand how they feel about investing in Africa. What are you doing here?
What I'm doing here is I'm specifically, my background is fashion and entertainment law, and beyond that, lots of educational investment in Nigeria's music, entertainment, and fashion industry. So for me, it's critical to look at investment opportunities, look at getting educational information from an investment standpoint. Because the bank of industry has really earmarked a lot of funds towards that industry. How is that being sourced out? And who are the key players that I need to be talking to make sure that information gets to the masses?
Right.
So that's why I'm here.
I just want to say one more thing, for us, not just we've been in business since 2006, and we essentially solved the music kind of popularized music online and across TV.
Significant.
Right, and with that came a new problem with music is big and popular right now, but the question now is how do you monetize it?
Big deal, absolutely.
Right.
And what's interesting is you have all these players coming in that have larger funding, better infrastructure, and some of them are playing in the field you used to play in.
Right.
So, given the impact that not just the has had, how does a country like Nigeria leverage and support its citizens in the diaspora that have been so instrumental in moving the culture forward? Davido BET Awards, Davido Wireless, Whiskey, Nice, the whole 9 yards, all that legacy, not just okay, but highly instrumental. How does our government support us from a policy standpoint, from a legal standpoint, from a business standpoint, and from a tech standpoint? So I get you.
Right. And so essentially we need to solve that monetization problem, and we kind of leave it to Spotify and Apple Music of the world. They're doing a good job in what they're doing, but they don't understand the meaning of music. So I feel like,
and the culture, and the landscape. Because right now is digital monetization. Okay, we're in here, it is on the digital end.
Right.
But we still have to create actual physical infrastructure.
Very important. Right.
Yeah. And then
both physical and digital.
And digital, because now everyone's chasing the money on the digital.
Right.
No one's really interested in the physical as well.
Right.
For me, African Music Law came about because I saw a window that, oh my God, no one knew what entertainment law was about.
Right.
No one had ever heard of music law.
And we learned so much from music. Essentially blessed the industry with so much information and education. I'm sure, even artists and labels have
executives. I did it for the artists.
Yes.
And instead, it's all executives and artists and lawyers. Now we have entertainment law programs, entertainment law society sections, and the list goes on and on and on. I'm going to B-roll some stuff so y'all get to see it, but this guy is amazing.
Hey.
And I remember writing for Not Just No
yes.
Because I used to comment in the comment section.
Absolutely,
and then it became
something big.
So,
exactly. So
here we are.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, 2007, 2006, and we're on that grind.
Yeah, man. 12 years, 11 years?
Yes, 11, 12 for you.
Right.
And we have full-time day jobs running a law firm.
Well, no, I quit my job for you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's time to just scale it to be something massive, and to introduce massive value to the industry and also the consumers involved as well. So that's where we're going. That's where we're headed.
Look who I'm hanging out with. Cesar Ogura.
Oh man.
Can you believe it? Let's try that again. Look who I'm hanging out with. Cesar Ogura. No, we're actually best friends now after all my writings and African music law.
I'm joking. No. That's just cool.
It's so good to see you. Finally,
Thank you.
put a voice to the face.
A voice to the face, a face to the name.
Yeah.
I'm very much behind the scenes with people. Every now and again, get to see me when I kind of creep out of my.
Everyone watching this matter. For our audience who don't know who you are, tell them.
I'm one of the I don't know, I don't want to say biggest, but one of the most prominent video directors in Africa.
I love your confidence. That is dope.
It's not confident.
It's a fact, but people diminish the fact, for whatever reason. So that's great. You own it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't need to scream and shout at the rooftops or boast about it, but it's a numbers thing. If you do your research and you really want to find out what's happening, you see that the main brands behind a lot of the top videos, commercials, videos, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Yes, you sure have.
And
giving us some history making things, and then of course we've also had this normal and entertainment industry controversy, but it's all good. So why don't you tell us your impressions so far of this? You flew all the way from Nigeria.
I was actually in South Africa when I got invited to this, and then I had to come via Hong Kong. But no, it's amazing. It's growth. It shows that Nigeria is evolving. It shows that we have a bigger, stronger footprint globally. And these young kind of startups, entrepreneurs with amazing ideas.
Have you seen anything that points to the music industry? That's a big deal.
Not yet, but I have something.
Okay.
But I'm
always frustrated with the lack of marriage between tech and music. I think that everyone else is doing it but the Nigerian industry.
We're working on something. It's called Vibes.
Nice. Exclusive Vibes.
Give it a few months, you're going to see it. We didn't showcase it here, but I'm just here just to pick people's brains and collaborate and find people who we can synergize with, internationally and globally. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Finally we meet. All the crazy tweets, social media.
That was back then.
But congratulations for Afropolitan. Congratulations for everything you're doing. I'm so proud of you. You finished law school and throughout you were doing the grind. So tell us about this event and organizing it all the time.
So it's the Invest in Nigeria Summit. We have the Vice President of Nigeria in Taiwan. He's promoting he wants foreign direct investment into Nigeria. So we have some LPs in the hotel. We have technology companies in the hotel as well. We also have investors, Nigerian investors in the hotel as well. So we want to definitely bring investors.
Okay, and then also there's a session where you had some Nigerians pitching the startups. What else is planned for you?
So we're going to have a vice president say hi to the audience and also talk to startup sessions.
Later on, LinkedIn.
And later on, we have a LinkedIn fireside chat with the vice president at LinkedIn headquarters in Alto.
My name is Uduak Suleiman. I am spokesperson and subhead external relations for NITDA. NITDA stands for National Information Technology Development Agency. It is the regulatory agency for the information technology sector in Nigeria. Primarily, we develop, implement, and regulate the national IT.
So why was it important for you to be here today?
Because we needed to expose our young innovators to global IT players, global investors. We needed to expose the kind of talent, potential we have in innovative potential we have in IT in Nigeria.
One thing that I'd like to say is that as far as a digital-led economy is concerned, Nigeria is definitely committed to it. As a matter of fact, we have no choice. And the reason is that I don't think it takes much reasoning or much thinking to understand that very little will be done in the next couple of years without heavy dependence on technology. And I say very little. I don't even know what will be done without heavy reliance on technology. So there's no question at all that we are committed to it, and it's almost existential for us. We have no choice. We must be committed to it. So that just brings on the question, what is it that we're doing as government, and what is it that we intend to do? I think for me, of course, you've heard practically all of the heads of agencies and regulators. But I think the most important thing for us is that we are committed to a partnership with investors and with the private sector. to work through the various issues and the various problems. That really is the method. That really is the way that we intend to go about this. Because when you look at some of the issues and some of the questions and problems, many of them are new. Many of them just are on account of the fact that the technologies are disruptive. We all had our way of doing stuff before you guys showed up. Now that you showed up, we've got to find a way of accommodating your great ideas and your innovation and all that. And that applies to practically every aspect of every aspect of business that technology has been involved in, especially in the past few years. Look at fintech, and of course there are one or two issues already that have come up about some of the companies that are doing either payments or savings or this or that. Banking is a regulated environment, a very conservative environment, right? But we have to think through how to accommodate some of the very innovative and some of the excellent stuff that we're seeing already today. We've got to find a way of accommodating them, find a way of bringing them within the system, and find a way of also regulating them in the process. So all of that involves a lot of joint thinking, and that's why we set up the advisory committee on technology and creativity. And there are quite a few people here who are members of that advisory committee. They are, most of them, of course, are actors in the field somehow, or perhaps those who are involved who are investors or actors in the field. And we've been working, well, we had just one meeting so far because the committee was just set up, the advisory group was just set up. But what we intend to do with that group, because these are actual players, we intend to work with them and the regulatory agencies, NIGDA, CBN, or whichever agencies are important for the particular area that we want to regulate. We intend to work with the advisory group, bring in the regulators into the advisory group, so that we can all think through the problems and try and resolve them. All of this has to take place very quickly. None of this is going to take very much time. So there's a need for those of us who are interested in the Nigerian environment to just pay some attention to what is going on so that we can work together to resolve many of the issues and many of the problems. And I'm sure that, learning from experiences here and there, we want to be competitive. So our regulatory environment is going to be, competitive. And we're going to look at what other people are doing. We're going to look at what works elsewhere. And hopefully we'll be able to get ahead of the curve rather than, trying to resolve issues after they develop. So that's basically it. Broadband infrastructure is also important for us. We're doing a lot of work in that respect. And just today we're talking to Google, and we're talking to a few other companies that are interested in helping to deepen broadband and connectivity in Nigeria. We're working very hard on that because we intend to move very, very quickly indeed. As you know, I think it was just a figure, I'm not so sure whether it was Yoandi who was given this figure, of 100 million it was the Google guys who were talking about that, 100 million new Nigerians getting onto the internet and all of that. And there's no question at all that the opportunities are big, but a lot is going to depend on broadband connectivity and depth and all of that. And we intend to work very closely with all of our partners to do so within, the shortest possible time. The other thing is identity. We are at the moment, we are working very hard on the identity systems, on identity management systems. India, as you know, has recently done, almost magic with their Aadhaar, their personal identification, the unique identification, which they've done for millions of people. So we're taking a cue from what has been done in India, and we're trying to do that also in Nigeria. Because obviously, data is going to be everything. And the one way of getting that done is to be able to get an identity system in our country, which is going to be the third largest in population in the next few years. So there's no question of
Hi.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bode Pedro.
Okay, and what do you do?
I'm unemployed. No, I am a tech startup entrepreneur and investor. I'm a board member at Nigeria, and I'm also the CEO of Media Technology Limited. So that's what I do.
Wow, so many things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you, for purposes of this event, did you receive what you came for?
Oh yeah, I mean,
From Nigeria?
yeah, definitely. Reaching out to Silicon Valley investors and even Nigerian investors, engaging, understanding where the market is going, where the investment industry is going, to see how we can collaborate both as entrepreneurs and investors in Nigeria, talking about the problems and challenges in Nigeria